Hi there, teacher Clement again. I have prepared another video lesson on grammar, active and passive form. So if you're interested, please continue watching me. We have done some lessons on this page, KLC page. So if you would like to see more, you can just like and then follow us. So let's see today the basic form of active form and passive forms. Yeah. Introduction to active and passive form. What do you know from school here? We call it active voice or passive voice. It's the same. Let's see. The form is here. Example. We have two sentences. They mean the same, but we write in different way. That's the difference between active and passive form. He opens the door. He opens the door. Or the door is opened by him. He, the subject, opens the verb, the door's the object. But in the passive form, the object comes first here in the subject place. The door is opened by him. There's an extra word here, is. We put is. Opened, verb, the verb become verb 3 form. So we need the verb to be and verb 3 form. By him, we call this one the agent. The agent. Or someone or somebody or something who did it or who does it, okay? So we call, in this case, the agent. So the door is opened by him. The door, verb to be, plus verb 3, plus by him. But remember, sometimes we don't need this one because this is not the main thing. The main thing is the door is opened. Look at these sentences. I beat the dog. I beat the dog. Or I was beaten by the dog. I, the dog. In sentences one, A and B, which one is the doer? Which one the doer? The one who does the thing is not the recipient or the subject in this case. In sentence A, I beat the dog. If you say I beat the dog, you beat the dog, you bite the dog, you bite the dog. That means you are bad, okay? The dog is good. I was beaten by the dog. The second is the dog bite you. The dog bit you. So the meaning is different. The first one is just past tense. The second one, past passive. So we use, because it's past tense, I use was and then verb 3. Let's see here. I taught English. I am taught English. Number one, I taught English. I, in this case, are you the student or the teacher? In number two, what about are you the student or the teacher? Number one, if you say I taught English, you are the teacher. That means I is the teacher. In number two, I am taught English. If you say that, I, in this case, is the student. The student. So the verb forms, when we make passive form, simply you can say, in an easy way, you can say be verb 3, be plus verb 3. But what is be? Be, the present be is am is are, the past is was were, and we'll continue. Example for the verb 3 form is been, and then verb ing form is being. So we use be plus verb 3. Verb 3, in other words, we will call it past participle. Okay, that is verb 3. So the form is be plus verb 3. Remember, whenever you see a passive sentence, there is verb to be, there is verb 3. Okay, there is always verb to be and verb 3. Okay, as I have mentioned here, this is the introduction. So there are a lot of sentences for active and passive, and the tenses. The first one is, the first group of sentences are here. We make butter from milk. Make. Somebody cleans this room every day. Cleans. And then here, people invite. How do they make butter? Do they make is question form. So do make. They are all present verb. Okay. Verb one. Let's say. When we change them into passive form, we make butter is made from milk. Butter, uncountable. That's why you use is. Verb 3, made. Verb to be plus verb 3. These rooms are clean every day. These rooms, plural already. That's why I use are. Verb 3. I'm never invited to parties. I am. Okay, am is the verb to be form. Never invited, verb 3. How is butter made? We choose how is butter made. In this case, our main focus is butter. It's not they. They is not important. So we don't know who they are, but our focus is butter. So we say, how is butter made? Is verb to be, and then made verb 3. Look at the past simple. Somebody stole my car last week. Stole, past tense. Next one, stole, past tense again. Didn't invite. Okay, didn't invite, negative form, but past tense. Did they build? Also past tense, question. So, in the passive form, we say, my car was stolen last week. Was stolen, because my car is only one, so I use was, verb 3. My keys were stolen. My keys, plural, so were, verb 3. I wasn't invited to the party. I wasn't invited. Past tense. I was is past tense. But in this case, we use negative sentence. So we say, wasn't invited. And here, question again. Our focus is these houses, not they, but these houses are focused. So we said, when were these houses built? Let's look at the continuous form. The continuous form. They are building a new airport at the moment. So are building is a continuous form. Are building, here another one, some houses near the river. So are building is a continuous form. But if you remember here, there is a verb to be here, okay? But there is no verb 3 form. There's no verb 3 form. That's why this is not passive. The passive must include, verb to be plus verb 3. That's why when you change this, it's become like this. A new airport is being built at the moment. We use is because a new airport is only one. We use being here because the verb here is ing form. So we change into being. And then we use verb 3 form built because the verb is built. Is being built at the moment. Second one is some new houses are being built near the river. We use here some new houses because houses, plural, we use are being built. The same here, right? A new airport, singular, is. But some new houses, plural, are. Okay? And then the next one, past continuous. When I was here a few years ago, they were building a new airport. They were building a new airport. Past tense. And then we change here. When I was here a few years ago, a new airport was being built. A new airport is only one, so we use was, and then the past continuous form being, and then we just built. What's the difference? In present tense, is being built. Past tense was being built. Okay, just the difference. Yes, let's move on. The present perfect. This is quite confusing, okay? Let's look at here. Look, they have painted the door. They have painted the door. Again, you see here the helping verb have and then painted, have verb 3. But again, look at here. This is active form because in the passive form, we need verb to be. There's no verb to be here again. Look, the door has been painted. We just have here because the subject is they. We just has here because the subject is a door, only one. The door has been painted. Been is the verb to be. We want to make it the passive form. So been after have only verb 3 can follow. So the verb 3 form of Verb to be is been. Again, I repeat, the present simple is am, is, are. The past is was or were. And the verb 3 form is been. So has been. And then verb 3 also painted, has been painted. Second, dishes are clean. Somebody has washed them. Has washed. The present perfect. And it's used here. Dishes are clean. They have been washed. They, because they, plural, we use have. And then been is verb to be washed. Somebody has stolen my phone. My phone has been stolen. My phone is singular, so we use has been stolen. Now, the past perfect. The difference is the past perfect, the present perfect is the form is that just have, has, or had. Had is the past perfect. Had stolen. So we use here. Tina said that her car had been stolen. Had been stolen. So what's the difference here? Had. But the present perfect has or have. Okay, it's just some illustration. But with the modal verbs, let's say will, can, must, have to, may, might, so those kind of verbs, we can use only be. Okay, this modal verb can be only followed by be and verb 3 form. So one is use this, we use together like this. Somebody will clean the ditch tomorrow. Ditch, ditch, jimiao. Okay, jimiao. So we said the ditch will be cleaned tomorrow. Will be cleaned. Be here verb to be, and then clean verb 3 form. Same thing. Somebody must clean the office. The office must be cleaned. I think they will invite you to the party. They will invite you. So is that I think you will be invited to the party. They can't repair my watch. So you said my watch can't be repaired. You should wash this sweater by hand. This sweater should be washed by hand. They are going to build a new stadium. A new stadium is going to be built. Or somebody has to wash these clothes. These clothes have to be washed. We use here have because these clothes, plural, okay, have to be washed. They had to take the injured man to hospital. The injured man, Danyayatu, not Danyayatu. The injured man had to be taken to hospital. We use past tense. Okay, by this I think you are quite familiar now with the passive form. How we form them: the present simple, the past simple, the present continuous, the past continuous, the present perfect, and the past perfect. And even now we use with modal verbs. So in the modal verbs, we use be, will be, verb 3, must be, verb 3, can be, verb 3. These are only the form, okay, the passive and the active form. But we'll continue in the next video. How do we use and when do we use the passive form? Is it just that we have two ways of expressing a sentence in two ways? We used to think like that. For me, I used to think like that, but it is not like that. We choose the passive form or the active form depending on what we're more interested in. Example, are you interested in the subject or are you interested in the object? So mostly when you talk about inventions, the inventions are the object, but we're more interested in the object. So very often we choose the passive form. News, for example, news report. We're more interested in the news, so we use the passive form. So in the next video, I'm going to share with you more about how we use the passive form or the active form and when we use them. So we'll continue in the next video how and when passive is used. Or when do we use by and the agent? When don't we use by and the agents? Sometimes we think like, we have to just buy all the time. But in the passive form is no need. No need, sometimes no need. The important thing is our focus. Buy is not important. So if you think our videos and some of the things we share, lessons on our page, what you have to do is just click like and then follow us on our page, and you'll be given a chance to watch and see what we are, who we are, and what we have on our page. So I hope to see you again. Thank you very much for watching, and this is Teacher Clement. And as I have mentioned, I'm going to post more video lessons. By doing this, I think some students can learn from home, from everywhere you are, on your computer, on your mobile phone. And then the good thing is that you can watch it again and again if you don't understand at once. I try to use English as much as possible so that you will have a chance to listen to me. I'm not a native speaker, but I think my English is okay, and you can also learn from me. You can learn, you can listen, you can practice. So see you again soon. Bye bye.